Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
Welcome
I know that you
to
said you
a
don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking,
Milton
we can
edition,
go
as you
pour
can
one.
see.
Tell me what you're thinking.
Ant is super hype.
I was just about to say we might have to redo this intro.
No, it's fine. Look, it's been a hectic 48 hours of a lot of evacuation and a lot of hurricane preparedness. We're trying to stay as safe as possible here. This is probably going to be, it might be the last time you hear from us for a little while.
This is okay. When you say it like that, you make people think that we're gonna die out here.
No, I'm just saying because we don't know. The storm will hit tomorrow. We're not sure about internet or about anything. So
I promise I didn't just show you guys a white screen. I was trying to show them the hurricane track.
yeah, so
It's coming right for us.
It's coming, and we're all concerned and very tired. So, but that doesn't mean that this isn't going to be the best show and the most unserious show in baseball. The best brother. I'm struggling.
All right,
with
welcome to the
brother
Stealing
and
Home
sister
Show,
duo
the
in
most
baseball.
unserious baseball show on the planet, hosted by the best brother-sister duo in baseball. This is easily the best October that's ever happened, minus the ginormous hurricane that's going to be coming towards Tampa Bay area and absolutely walloping us. But
And we hope not. And we're praying for everyone.
yes,
And please,
ma'am.
and please send your thoughts and prayers to us.
Check this
as
out,
we
though.
struggle.
Like I said, best playoffs ever so far. Every team right now. Well, not right now. We just finished watching the Mets game, and the Mets won, so they're up 2-1.
The Mets are up 2-1, but for a minute, every division series was tied
at
1-1.
1-1. So here's the upcoming schedule for what we got.
Which makes you excited about playoff baseball, you know? What we got going?
Everything I've been saying whenever I tell my friends about this October so far, we've had so many great games. It's only a division series, and quite honestly, I'm not upset if any of these teams win, minus maybe the Yankees.
I said it. Well, yeah, because you're a Yankee hater. I said it
which you'll
when
see.
we got kind of our the bracket for playoffs, which is there's no team on this list, minus maybe the Braves, which are out now, that I was not excited to see. Like, all of these teams are the teams in baseball that I've been watching this season. They're the ones that I thought were to watch. So to get to this point where we're here, it feels really good. It's exciting.
I think the best drama, the best games so far have been in the National League.
Yes.
So let's start with
Absolutely.
I mean, both series, Mets, Phillies, and Dodgers and Padres have been great. Let's talk about Dodgers and Padres first. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Bad blood on Interstate 5. Only 120 miles separate these two teams, and it's like East Germany, West Germany.
Oh, okay.
I don't know which one you want to say is East Germany here,
Yeah,
but they hate each other.
There's got to be other rivalries we could use.
I don't know.
I'm on 3 hours of sleep and like a lot of evacuation time, so can't think of a good rivalry. But like cats and dogs.
I like what I
not
said.
World War II related, maybe. I don't
It was
know.
post-World War, so I don't know if you can really.
Fair.
All right, but let's talk about Game 1. Shohei Ohtani, monster 3-run home run to tie the game in Game 1. The Dodgers ended up winning, but Ohtani, I think it was his second at-bat. Just welcome to October. High fastball. Did you see that hit? High fastball.
I did.
Place goes crazy. Everyone in the baseball world goes crazy. I love it. I don't know. There's some people out there hating Shohei right now.
There's always people that are gonna hate on the good things in life, and and you gotta ignore them. You have to just ignore them. If you're watching Ohtani and you're not excited what this man brings to baseball, then I'm sorry that you can't see joy. I don't know what to tell
think
you.
Everyone watching the game when Ohtani came up with the chance to tie it, everyone looked at each other and was like, home run. So it's one thing to do that when the guy is up, but then when the guy actually does it. I mean, Bryce Harper does that in October a lot too. But when everyone's like, hey, this guy could do it, and then he does it like Ohtani does almost every single time, that's greatness. Ohtani is greatness. And I looked at Nate and I was like, we're living right now at the same time as the greatest baseball player to ever live, and we're watching him do his stuff right now.
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's look, I give you some crap for being like such a Ohtani stan, but he is that good, and it is that fun to watch him play. So I don't really have much to say.
Did you see the jokes about the broadcast that put this up? The Otani being 2 batters away, and people were giving the broadcast crap about it.
No, I think this is funny. I like this meme in general, like "wake up, babe," whatever. I think it's really funny, so I think this is great. I have no problem with this. This is actually, to me, the sign of a broadcast that actually has their finger on the pulse of what's going on.
And what's even funnier is if you look at the other pictures, that obviously any internet joke, they take the joke and push it further.
Sure. Yeah.
And let me just take you down the road of the Otani joke right here. The next one. This would be if this is out of hand, MLB. This would be if Otani had just gotten out.
There's a good
He's
hurricane.
8 batters away.
There's a good hurricane meme like this. I'm not gonna show it now, but remind me and I'll show you later. This is very funny.
The next one, we're watching football. Otani 4 hours away. Dude, I'm for this. If this showed up on while I'm watching football, I would not be mad.
This is funny. This is funny, and this is what we need, right? And this is what MLB needs too. Anyone again who's giving crap, like, it's players like this who are fun to watch, who are consistent, who do this, who can create memes and moments like this that give baseball something, right? And I'm excited about it. This is hilarious.
The next one I got. Someone's working at work on the Excel sheet. Otani 2 batters away. What? You can't escape it. You can't escape it. The next one we got here. Oh, okay. We're watching the Hurricane Milton feed. Hurricane Milton edition stealing home.
No, come on.
Otani 20 hours away.
Too much hurricane in my life. I don't want to think about Milton.
Okay, now it's getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Brian Rocchio, 3 batters away.
I don't even know who that is.
Why'd they use that pose for Brian Rocchio?
Yeah, that's fun.
Next, we got Big Justice due for a boom.
Get out of here, kid. Get out of here.
We're still bringing it. They dropped the second song. Did
I
you
don't
see
want
that?
you to bring it. I want you to take it home, actually.
Did you see they dropped the second song?
No.
We're still bringing it.
Great.
Boom, 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 boom.
Cool.
You need to bring the boom.
Move on.
Look, give me a boom. I know you're on your last straw for Hurricane.
I've got nothing. Keep going.
She is evacuated, by the way. She is
I
evacuated.
am not well.
She is evacuated.
I am not doing great.
I'm not evacuated. She's evacuated. All right, let's go ahead. Damn it. Let me find what we're doing here. But that was Otani. I'm so hyped about Otani. The rest of Game 1 in that series, though, was a back-and-forth game in Game 1. The Dodgers ended up winning. Not Yoshi Yamamoto's best start. Damn, that was a mouthful for me to say. Not Yoshi Yamamoto's best start.
It happens.
You pay him $300 million. Hey, whatever. Let's see if he can bounce back. Let's see if the Dodgers can win a couple games in this series to have him pitch again.
Who do you have, Dodgers or Padres?
I don't remember what I said. Literally, last episode, me and Brett talked about it. I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
Clearly, you don't know because you didn't watch the episode. You're too busy evacuating a hurricane.
Yeah, I was going to say sorry.
You didn't plug that in your ears when you were like
You're right. When
doing
I was
your
boarding
hurricane
my
work?
house, you're right. No.
As of right now, all right, so my friend lives in San Diego, and I was texting him last game, and I said, dang, this is such a win-win or a lose-lose for me because it's a win-win because if the Dodgers win, I get to see Otani in the playoffs. It's also a win because if the Padres win, I love the Padres. I love that team. I like to see them play. But it's also a lose-lose because if the Padres lose, then I don't get to see them. And if the Dodgers lose, Otani's not in. So I think I want the Padres to win. But I want to see Otani go deep. So, like, literally could care less who wins. This series is delivering so far. So,
more than this series, which I'm sure you have more to say about this series. But what I'm obviously going to be very excited for is the other series taking place in the National League, Mets versus Phillies.
And we'll get to that, but let me talk about.
Whoa,
we got a lot to. This is
I
Dodgers-Padres
know,
here. You can't just gloss over Dodgers and Padres. Immediate notice: all the stars on the field. That's the first thing you notice when I turned on the TV and started watching this series. It was out of hand. I mean, Otani, Freeman, Betts. We know all the stars. Tatis, Machado, Jackson Merrill, Rookie of the Year. Should be. Paul Skeens win. I'm pissed. But the Padres in Game 2.
Wait, did he actually win?
No, it went if he does win. So
okay.
But the Padres in Game 2, they bounced back. They absolutely put belt to butt on the Dodge. They whooped their butts.
Yeah,
they routed them. They ended up winning like 11-2, 11-3, something like that. Darvish balled out, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, only 3 strikeouts, but he still shoved up the Dodgers lineup. Tatis had 2 home runs. Mr. Irrelevant robbed a home run and fooled everybody, tricked Mookie Betts into thinking that it was gone. Tricked the announcers. He brought it back. The fans got low class in L.A., which is, I mean, what do you expect?
Par for the course.
Yeah, sorry, L.A. You know it's true, so don't get mad at us. They started throwing stuff at Mr. Irrelevant, Jerickson Profar. They started throwing stuff at Tatis. Tatis was in the outfield. I don't know if you saw the video. of him like kind of giving them the business, bringing the boom downstairs.
Okay, a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, but the big fan, I think, or the big story, I think, is Machado, his alleged assassination attempt of Dave Roberts.
Oh.
So he struck out to the pitcher, Jack Flaherty, from the Dodgers, and Flaherty told him, sit the F down, sit down. He was chirping at Machado. Machado was like, yo, screw you. Pretty much scoreboard, buddy. We're winning 3-1 at the time. And I guess in between innings, Machado throws a ball towards the Dodgers dugout, and it almost hit their manager, Dave Roberts. So this is why I'm saying almost assassination attempt. You see him throw the ball in, and boom, you see that right there? Right there. Look at Dave Roberts. We'll play it again. Dave Roberts is the guy right on the stairs. Look at the railing right above the makeagift.com sign. Boom, baseball hits right in front of him. They all start chirping at him. Just very scary stuff, quite frankly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't imagine anything more terrifying.
Very dangerous stuff here. Machado throwing a ball. Dave Roberts has said comments like, oh, it's very dangerous. These are the comments he said. John Boy Media tweeted out, MLB is reviewing the footage of Manny Machado throwing a baseball towards the Dodgers dugout. The Dodgers submitted the video to the league because it was not captured by Fox. So the Dodgers are going out of their way to try to...
Oh, wow.
It's
That's
kind of
funny.
a little soft. People are saying a little soft. Also unnecessary by Machado. I think everyone's on the same page. I've thrown a ball at a dugout when I played, though.
No, I did not know that.
Someone was chirping in the dugout. I was playing second base in between innings, and I just overthrew the first baseman on purpose and nailed a kid right in the chest.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't talk. Don't talk. He didn't talk the rest of the game.
Okay.
What? You got to handle some business sometimes. When you're the man in the arena. So I feel Machado. I don't even think he tried to hit anybody, though. I think he just kind of threw it there.
Yeah, it just seemed like a mistake. It wasn't that hard.
Yeah, but... but if you listen to Dave Roberts, he was like, there was intent. It was dangerous. Disrespectful.
Okay.
So the unsuccessful assassination attempt on Dave Roberts by Manny Machado. We'll see. He's still playing tonight. I think the game started right now. But that concludes Dodgers-Padres, at least what's happening now. They're playing currently while we're recording. You've been watching a little bit of the games. Like,
yeah.
Is this not probably one of the best series that we've had in recent years?
It's very good.
So
It is
far.
very good.
So far
it is very good. I have watched some of it. I've seen the back and forth. But I'm excited for the next series that we're going to talk about way more.
Really?
Yes.
So Dodgers-Padres, if you were to rank them, is below Mets-Phillies.
Yes.
I would say I would agree.
Of course.
But, it's so close second. Such a close second.
Well, I think the thing with the Dodgers-Padres is, we expect it to be here. We expected to have these two teams kind of play each other. But the thing is, with the Mets and the Phillies, no one really expected the Mets to go this far. And to see them continue to overcome, to see them not be slated to be in the playoffs, make the playoffs, to see them not really intended to make it past the Brewers, do that, on kind of
magically, by the way.
Yeah, every time it's like some weird walk-off situation. So I think that's what makes this so interesting. Plus, of course, if you've been following all the Grimace situation, I have just released a documentary about the truth behind Grimace. You should go give that a watch. If you're here and you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Look, we're here in the middle of this, really distracting ourselves, but also
I'm locked in. I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, I just mean from the situation around us, but also here, talking baseball. Right. So yeah, subscribe. Make sure you like.
Those are windows, by the way.
Go watch my video, and let's talk about the Mets.
Yeah. So game one, Zach Wheeler for the Philadelphia Phillies absolutely shoved against his former team. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 9 strikeouts.
But then
they took him out of the game.
And
he did have 111 pitches.
Oh no.
Yep. I wanted to ask.
We do know that pitchers just suddenly. It's kind of like a Furby, or whatever. What were those things? The little gremlins. What are they called? The
Fergies.
The thing that you can't feed after you can't give water to
like
after midnight. Yeah. They're like that. If they go over 100 pitches, then they just they become evil. Apparently.
They explode.
Yeah, exactly.
He threw 111 pitches. They ended up taking him, but he was shoving. 111 is a lot.
That is a lot.
But, it's relative depending on the pitcher. They took him out in the 8th, and the Mets' magic started to occur. They ended up coming back and winning that. No, they lost that game. I am tripping. No, they won that game.
They won game 1. They lost game 2. They won game 3, which was just on.
Yeah.
Who's tired?
I hide it better. That's the thing. I had to work today.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
Okay. What are we doing?
I got over 100 pitches and malfunctioned.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what?
No, so they take them out in the 8th inning. The Mets ended up tying the game
Yes.
and winning it, essentially. I think they scored
Didn't they
4
win
or
a
5
walk-off?
runs. No, that was game 2 where they came back, tied it in the 9th,
That's right.
and then the Phillies
Yes.
walked it off.
Yes.
But the Mets ended up winning the game, scored like 4 or 5 in the 8th inning. Via Mets Magic, obviously the power of Grimace, which she did a video on, as she said. You should check it out. It's awesome, and it made me laugh. It is a genuinely funny video, which is a very high compliment from me.
It is
my sister.
so much so that I did not believe it when he said that
She
he
thought I was
laughed.
being a
I
jerk.
thought he was being facetious.
Old school baseball would tell you Zach Wheeler has given up no runs. He struck out 9, only 1 hit through 7 innings. Old school baseball would just let him keep pitching until he either gets tired, gets in trouble, or his arm falls off. Was that the right move to take him out in the 8th inning?
I mean, it's tough now because, throughout the year, I don't really put a lot of stock into kind of game management and bullpen
It
management.
shows up in October.
But when we're at this point and you're looking at your games ahead and you're trying to also strategize about, there's definitely some value to saying you have to win the game you're in to keep moving forward. But these are series, and they're longer series than, what we would have seen in the wild card, which the Phillies weren't in. So this is when you're going to find me not being as critical, because it feels like these are situations that
are situational.
Yeah, well, that and that, frankly, this is what a really good management team gets paid to make decisions on, right? Because I can't know. They've got the analytics. They know their guys. They know their stamina better than I do. So
You would hope.
I would hope.
And you hope they don't just pick 100 and say, all right, he's at 100. Because 7
Right.
innings, I think mainly it was a 1-0 ball game, and they're probably thinking, hey, we trust our bullpen to get 6 outs. He took us to the promised land, got us to the 8th inning. We trust our bullpen to get the last 6 outs.
Right, and you also don't want him to be in a position where he's overly tired when you've
you
got
need to use him
more.
again.
Right, when you've got more coming down. So I mean, I understand the decision making. It's not like they took him out and it was a no hitter in the 5th.
Yeah.
They let him go as far as they could, where I think it makes sense. I'm not gonna hold him on this one.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I've been critical in the past, but I don't hate this one.
October feels different.
Like I said, though, old school baseball,
Keep him good.
watch a game before 2010. They're keeping them in.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
probably winning that. Like, you saw, I think it might have been Nimmo or one of the Mets players when they hit a home run. Maybe Winker. I think it was Nimmo. He hits a home run in the 8th inning. He's crossing the plate, talking crap to the catcher, saying, "Where's Zach Wheeler? Where's Zach Wheeler?" So it is a little bit of you help the other team. When you take a guy out who's shoving against you, you kind of help that team by taking him out, because it's like, oh, we finally have a chance.
There's
Yeah.
some mental there, too.
It's like we
for sure.
finally have a chance. That guy has been killing us all night. Now he's not out there. So that happened. Mets ended up winning. Game 2, one of the best games in the playoffs. Always has a Mets in it. For some reason, the Mets are just attracting these best games.
That's why, to me, it's like, I'm not a Mets fan, although this season's definitely made me kind of a Mets
I
fan.
think you've turned around a
I
little.
have, and it's weird, and I don't know how I feel
Maybe you're
about
rooting
it.
for the wrong New York team.
I don't know. Maybe that's always been my problem. Maybe that's what I need.
God.
But like, yeah, that I think from a storyline perspective, these people were not supposed to go this far, and I think most Americans, most people who watch baseball or sports in general, we like a good underdog story, and that's what I feel like we're getting from the Mets. Really, it's like
Fair.
it's a mess, and now it could be a miracle, and that just seems pretty incredible. So I'm hoping that the Mets can really take it against the Phillies. Partly because I'm tired of seeing the Phillies in playoff baseball, but also because of everything I just said regarding
Already?
the Mets. Yeah.
Okay, well, talk about miracles. Game 2, the Mets did have a miracle. Mets got early lead with a 2-run home run from Mark Vientos very early. The announcers kept bringing up the shadows that they had to deal with for a 4 p.m. start. I got annoyed. I'm watching, like, dude, we get it. There's shadows. It's hard to see the ball. Both teams are dealing with it. Stop bringing it up. Something I wrote down. I had to bring it
Okay.
up.
I'm glad
Bothered me.
I'm glad you did write that down.
Bothered me. It's like, why are we talking about that? Anyway, Severino for the Mets absolutely shoved. He was shoving going into the 6th inning. 5 innings pitched. No runs given up. 3 hits going into the 6th. In the 6th inning, this is my problem with some of the announcers in this game. Already talking about the shadows. Now in the 6th inning, the Mets are up 3-0. Severino is shoving, okay? And Trey Turner singles to bring up Bryce Harper. It's 3-0. Man on first base, 2 outs. Bryce Harper's hitting. You're up 3 runs. If Harper hits a home run, it's 3-2. I say challenge him. The announcers are like, oh, if it gets to 2-0, they might put him on. It's like, whoa, why would we ever intentionally put on the tying, bring the tying run to the plate?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I think that's insane.
So that bothered me. I'm like, why would we ever walk Harper, challenge him? You challenge Harper, he hits a home run, it's 3-2. Then get the next guy.
Right.
Well,
right.
The pitcher listened to me, obviously, because I'm the smartest guy in the world. And what happened? He threw a fastball right down the middle of Harper, and he hit a home run.
Okay.
Because remember, guys, when you say, oh, this guy can hit a home run, and he's the guy, and he does it, he's one of the greatest. Harper's one of the greatest in October. So he did it.
Sure.
Home run Harper. Okay. So you hit a home run. 3-2, who cares? Get the next guy out. Well, there's the problem, right? Now Nick Castellanos was the next guy. He hung a slider upstairs. Castellanos hits a back-to-back home run. Now it's 3-3. Okay, well, I still agree with what I was saying when it comes to the announcer.
Yeah.
Because if you walk Harper and Castellanos goes yard, that's one home run. One
Right,
swing did
right.
it.
Versus
You made Harper and Castellanos.
Right.
So
I
you just
hear
didn't
ya.
execute the last pitch. I mean, Harper, tip your cap. He's going to do what he does. Don't hang a slider to Castellanos. But that whole lineup's dangerous. I just didn't agree with putting tying run at the plate intentionally. Anyways, Harper, Castellanos back-to-back. Phillies alive in Game 2 after losing Game 1. Feels like the Phillies get control of it when they take the lead. Next thing you know, Mets magic in the the top of the ninth. Mark Vientos hits his second home run of the game, ties it in the sixth.
I legitimately thought they were going to win this game.
I did. I think everyone in there. I think the Phillies thought that the
Yeah.
Mets were going to win this game, but Castellanos had other plans. Ended up walking it off and sent the series to Citi Field. Now that just happened.
Which we
tonight.
just watched.
Yeah, just happened tonight. The M in Sean Manaea pitching for the Mets. The M stands for Masterclass. Masterclass of pitching. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run. 91 pitches through 7 innings. Probably could have went. He did go back out for an 8th. I think he gave up a single, or a little bleeder or walk somebody or something like that. They ended up taking him out, but he did pitch into the 8th. And Alonso is so locked in. He hit his 3rd home run opposite field.
And I'm so happy because,
Mets win.
Mets win. I think I was hearing reports that, like, Alonso leading up to playoff baseball and even in some of the playoff was getting, like, booed and stuff, and the fans were getting, he was in a bit of a slump. And so for him to hit the
3 big home runs now.
Well, so he hits the walk-off against the Brewers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not a walk-off, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, the go-ahead. Yeah.
Huge home run.
I said that in the video, too, which you should watch if you're watching this right now. He hits the go-ahead against the Brewers, which puts the Mets into this position, and since then he's been doing really well. We've talked about on the show, big fans of Pete Alonso. We find him to be a great player and a great guy. So I'm happy to see this for him.
Polar Bear Pete.
Polar Bear Pete, who does really look like a polar bear.
He might be half polar bear.
We've mentioned this before, I'm sure, but, like, he really does. But, yeah, happy to see Pete Alonso getting some love. Do you think the Mets keep him?
I hope so.
After
He
I
wants
feel
to
like
stay.
they have to at this
He
point.
put an article in the Players Tribune about how his grandpa's from New York. You saw that? His grandpa's from New York, and he feels like some kind of ancestral connection that only
Okay.
Polar Bear Pete can feel. So, I hope they keep him. I hope they pay him, too.
I think before this swing that he's been on with his bat, I don't know, this upswing. I don't know,
The
guys.
swing that he's been on with his
His bat, he's swinging it,
Playing
and
baseball.
it's working, and it's doing good things. Before that, I think I would have said, iffy on whether the Mets keep him just because of payroll issues and all of that. But given his performance so far in October, I mean, I hope his odds to stay with the Mets are there because I like seeing him in a Mets uniform.
I think deep down the fans do, too. Even though they might boo him, deep down they want Pete back.
Hey, New York is a hard place to play. It's the same. It's like that for the Yankees. It's like that for the Mets. There's other teams in the league that are, across the MLB that are like this. There are fan bases that are going to tell you what they think. And if you're not living up to their expectations, they will make that known. I don't think that that's a bad thing. All of us care so much about the teams that we care about. Sometimes
Put that on a shirt. We all care about the teams that we care about. That's
we
a
care.
fact.
We're very passionate about the teams just as much as the players are, just as much as everyone else. And to be fair, we're kind of paying them in a sense. So, like, yeah, I think it's fair to, if you are really upset at your team, to say things about it. And with that said, I'm just gonna not mention Florida State at all. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, so Phillies down to their final. They can't lose another game. Backs against the wall. We'll see.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I think the Mets might win it.
I think the Mets might win.
But the Phillies are a resilient group. They've been here before, and they got star-studded lineup. So
they have a star-studded lineup.
I don't think the series is over. It's going back to Philly. Phillies are winning tomorrow.
I think it's a star-studded lineup that has experience playing at this level, and I think this is gonna go. This series is gonna go all the way, potentially.
Ultimately, Phillies will win tomorrow. It'll go back to Philly, but ultimately the Mets will win. They got the magic, and I did say if they beat the Brewers that they'd win the World Series. So I have to keep riding the Mets.
You
magic.
did say that, and I'm not gonna lie.
You see it now.
You said that, and then they won the first game, and then they almost looked like they won the second game, and I was like, "Holy
Team of
shit,
destiny.
what is going on?"
Well, you mentioned New York media being so hard. Let's flip over to the other New York team that is in the playoffs, the New York Yankees. The Royals split in the Bronx with the Yankees. First thing I noticed when watching this game, I was so excited. Not a Yankees fan, clearly, but you can't be a baseball fan and not love baseball in the Bronx in October.
Oh.
The fans get rowdy. It's just a great environment to watch a game and see the chaos that ensues. So, first thing I noticed, is it TBS? I think it is TBS. What the hell are we doing with the game volume? The game volume is so low, or the crowd volume. Like they have Bob Costas doing the announcing, and the game volume, the crowd, you can barely hear them. We're in the Bronx. I want to hear the crowd. I want to hear. I want to hear all the crazy
You want to hear the
stuff.
subway as it actually.
When I watch a baseball game, I don't want to sound like I'm reading an audiobook or I'm listening to an audiobook. I want to feel like I'm in the stadium with the fans and I'm in the mix. Okay, so that's what the first thing I noticed. Game 1 in the Bronx, back and forth game. Very confusing point here that I wanted to bring up, and this might be a little too baseball tech savvy or like baseball talky, but New York was up 4-3 at one point in the game with runners on second and third and one out. Aaron Boone draws the infield in. Makes no sense to me. You're up one run.
Yeah, wait, why would he do that?
It doesn't make any sense. Because that was a bonehead move to me. I've been seeing a lot of bonehead moves, or like just people saying bonehead stuff. I don't know if I just.
Is it like an analytics issue? Like, are they listening
Maybe.
to that instead of?
Could be.
You know, because if the analytics were to say, "Oh, the next one's probably going to be in," and he pulls them in.
I don't know what it is.
I don't
Maybe
know
the
either.
odds if you bring your infield in is better to get out of that inning, but. And I don't know if I just think I'm big brain and I'm actually stupid, but maybe the way I'm brought up, the way I think about it, you're up one run in the sixth inning with two runners in scoring position right now and
That's
one
the
out.
scary part.
I would trade a run for an out versus bringing the infield in to try to stop the tying run because the go-ahead's on second base. When you bring the infield in, the holes in the infield are a lot bigger. It's a lot easier to get a base hit
Right.
because you're closer. When you back up, you give yourself more range, you can get the out.
Right.
So a base hit through the infield now scores 2. A ground ball scores 2. Versus if you're playing back, it only
You got a
scores
shot.
1.
Yeah.
And you'd have 2 outs with a man on second base.
I hear you.
So what ends up happening, a ground ball to where the shortstop probably would have made the play, ends up being a base hit, scores 2 for the Royals. I just thought that was a weird decision to bring the infield in. I wanted to bring that up, see if anyone agrees with me or if they're like, no, you're dumb, man.
Leave it in the comments if you agree with him. I do, but
we were raised in the same house, same values. So.
Right, yeah. We're Americans.
Translates to baseball. Translates to baseball.
But mostly I am a casual viewer. So to me, things just make sense sometimes that, some of you baseball guys might actually be able to.
It's also fun. You've been
Give
getting
some
into baseball now, though, so maybe you can get, like, now maybe we're opening up the hood. You can see the game within the game, the strategy. You're starting to see it a little.
I think it's important that I maintain some level of, like, casualness.
Ignorance.
Yeah, because I think if this show becomes, like, two people who are, do know everything under the hood.
Facts. You need to stop watching.
You know
Stop
what?
watching.
Baseball. What's that? I'm just going to start watching NBA
Travis
only.
Kelce. Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift. Livy Dunn.
No, why does it always come back to her?
Kansas City ended up, in my opinion, in Game 1, just handing the game to the Royals or to the Yankees. They could have easily won that game. They had opportunities to win it. They gave the Yankees 8 free passes on the bases. They walked the Yankees 8 times. Hard to win a game when you walk them 8 times. Wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you saw this in Game 1. Jazz Chisholm's steal and replay. People were complaining about this replay of Jazz Chisholm. They were saying he stole second. They called him safe. But the replay Kansas City showed, they challenged, and they upholded the call.
Upheld.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's a tie. Tie goes to the runner.
That's not a rule in baseball.
It is.
That is not a rule in baseball.
Tie goes to the runner. They always say that.
I don't know who the umpires don't because that's not a rule.
Can we get Pop? Can we get
Get Pop? Bring him out. Should we get him?
No, I'm gonna call him.
Call him right now. But no, the tie does not go.
The call is from inside the house.
The call does not go to the runner if it's safe. That is not a thing. But yeah, people were complaining about this steal here as we try to get professional umpire Bob.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Put him on speaker.
Okay, simple answer. As an umpire, a complete tie of base on the bases, base running, does the tie go to the runner?
Well, without instant replay, it's whatever comes out of your mouth.
Okay, is it not? I thought.
But
Paw.
there is no rule, because there's no rule in the rule book that says tie goes to the runner. That is a myth.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you, Paul.
It says that the ball has to obviously beat the runner.
Okay. Thank you, Papa.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, bye. If you couldn't hear that, because I'm not sure what came through audio, my father, who is an umpire.
Better not lie because I'm right here.
I'm not going to lie. My father, who is an umpire, did confirm that the tie goes to the runner.
It's a myth.
Phrase is a myth. However, in the rule book,
He didn't say phrase. He said it is a myth.
Well, because people say that. That's what I'm saying.
Dumb people.
Well,
I didn't mean
anyway,
to call you dumb.
yeah, you. I don't know why you're testing me on this day. That tie goes to the runner is a myth, and that however, the ball has to obviously beat the runner. So I assume that's where that comes from, because if it's not obvious, then the runner would win.
Nah, I don't know.
As I'm watching this replay, I feel like he does win.
Either way, people reviewed it and they started pausing it millisecond to millisecond, and they're like,
Sure.
"Oh, he's clearly out. There's room in between the base and his foot." And
Well, the other thing our father said was that when it's this close, it's whatever comes out of your mouth. So
fair. But also, though, people were looking at, I think, this picture here that looks like a tag and some space in between the.
Sure.
But here's the thing, and I could see what they're talking about and calling him out, and maybe it should have been reversed. He ends up scoring the go-ahead run for the Yankees, and they end up winning the game. But here's my issue is, dude, the instant replay was put in the game for, like, plays that were obviously botched. I don't like that managers, when a close play happens, they hold their hand up like this and then look in the dugout for someone on the phone.
Right.
Oh, should we replay it? I don't like that. It should just be, if you see it with your naked eye as a manager and you're like, oh, I want to challenge that, I like that better.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the game. Like, I don't want to replay stuff based on a little on little stuff, because then it focuses it too much on the replay and not the
Yeah.
I don't like it. Stop complaining about replays, in my opinion. I don't like
I think
that.
the counter argument would be, and I'll just give it, I'm not saying it's what I think, that, especially at this point in baseball, like, these little things count. For example, I did a video, if you're new here, you should watch it, on the home run that Derek Jeter hits against the Orioles in, was it 04? I think it was 04.
No, it was in the 90s. It was 99 or 2000.
I can't remember. Sorry, guys. But yeah, we all know Jeffrey Meyer, kid, puts his glove out. He grabs the ball. That would be a place where instant replay.
And that's naked eye. You can see
That's
that through
naked eye. That makes sense.
Armando
and that's
Galarraga,
a point.
perfect
Obviously, we're in the playoffs. This is a really important game. Like, that would be a perfect instance where you would want to do that. This kind of stuff where, like, it's a virtual tie to the naked eye. It's whatever comes out of the umpire's mouth.
If
like,
you
what are we
replay
saying?
it on a millisecond, you can see he tagged him by a
slow it down,
bee's length, a stinger's length.
If you slow it down to like half speed and then reverse it
and zoom in,
yeah,
like,
and then invert
like
the
James
colors
Bond,
and then enhance. Then come on,
dude.
what are we doing?
Yeah, just fucking listen to what
Let's
they say
just
on
play
the
baseball,
field.
can't we please?
Game 2, Royals come back and they end up winning. And this is why I say I think the Yankees are lucky that they walked 8 batters in the first game and handed them a game. It should be 2-0 Royals, in my opinion. They end up winning Game 2. They kind of controlled the entire game. Salvador Perez, catcher, maybe future Hall of Famer for the Royals. He goes yard. One thing that I thought was stupid, Carlos Rodon, the pitcher for the Yankees, he strikes out the side in the first inning and starts screaming like a buffoon after each strikeout. I'm not a fan, so to say, but if you do that, do that. Go ahead. But it's not a good look when you do that in the first inning, and then your final stat line for the game is 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, and 4 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Good job. but you gave up 4 earned runs in 4 innings, less than 4 innings, and you got a loss. So keep screaming all your way to the dugout. I think that's a bad look.
I don't disagree with you. Look, this is the Yankees that we've come to expect at this point. Frankly, you're right. Maybe I am rooting for the wrong New York team. Maybe I need to get a new hat updated because, yeah, this is what I mean. I think you're right. I think ultimately you're right. And this is what has been my concern is when are they going to run out of steam? When are they going to, because there was concern whether or not the Yankees would even get to the playoffs at certain points in the year. And now we're here. And I'm like, come on. I know the Royals are a good team. I don't want to I don't want to underestimate them. And I don't want to act like they're not. However, are we really, come on, guys. You've got Aaron Judge. You've got A.I. Soto. You've got Jazz Chisholm now and all of
Garrett
his
Cole.
Swagger. Garrett Cole, who kind of not been doing well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got
He's
all these,
not pitching like a $300 million pitcher
right.
should.
He's not. So, I mean, neither is Yamamoto though. So, but yeah, I mean, we gotta make this work. And if we can't make this work now, I don't know what's going on with the Yankees franchise, but like a lot needs to change.
I think I told my friend Brett, can't remember if our conversation was over the phone or if it was last episode face. I can't remember. But I told him if the Yankees have to win the World Series this year. They have to make it to the World Series because they have
to. I agree with you. They actually do. And
to.
if they don't, then there needs to be some really serious discussions over there.
There should have already been.
Yes, I agree with you.
But that's why they have to do it this year.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
All right. Well, series tied 1-1. They play tomorrow. They will be playing at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Very excited for that. Kauffman gets rowdy over there. Too bad we won't be able to hear it.
Royally rowdy.
Bad. Too bad we won't be able to hear it because the broadcast turns the crowd volume so down.
And because we might not have signal. Who knows?
That's true. That might have to listen on the radio.
We don't know what's going on.
Might have to listen on the radio. Let's go ahead and look at the American League Central. We got some dope games going on here. The battle for supremacy in the American League Central. Game 1. This is probably the most normal baseball, least drama in my opinion, but still good games. I mean, it's just that the other games have overshadowed this series.
I was going to say, not to take anything away from the Guardians or the Tigers, which are, in my opinion, like I said, really good teams, and I was pretty much excited for them as well. It was only the Braves I didn't care about, and now kind of the Phillies, only because they're fighting the Mets.
They lost their love, the Phillies.
Yeah, well,
Red October.
I know, but anyway, it's just that like all the other series, or particularly I'll say the series in the National League, are going so crazy that like I keep forgetting that the Guardians and the Tigers are playing.
Also, it's not your fault because they had the early slot the last their games are finished early. All the good games, not good games, but all the crazy games that have been, they've been later in the day. Right. These games have been just kind of normal. So game 1, right? Very normal baseball game. Cleveland just kind of dominated or controlled the entire game. They shut out the Tigers, and they had 13 strikeouts in the game. So their pitching staff did what they had to do. I mean, that's a classic Cleveland Guardians win. Game 2 was the opposite. It wasn't the Tigers pitching that dominated. It was just their pitcher, Tarek Skubal, who dominated in Houston. He continues to do that.
Which we expect from him, honestly.
Gross.
We expected that against Houston, and
he's gross.
And here we are again.
He's gross. Probably Cy Young winner in the American League. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Probably could have kept going. It was 0-0 game. Just a classic pitching duel. Classic. No one can hit because all these staffs are dirty. That's why they made it to this point in the season, because they're good at pitching, and pitching wins baseball games. But Kelly Carpenter with the Detroit Tigers ends up socking a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, puts the Tigers ahead, and they end up closing it out and winning, tying the series, sending it back to Detroit.
Tied again.
First time
Can we
in a
believe
while.
it? Can we really believe it? Like, here we are. And the only reason we know that the Mets are ahead is because they literally just played minutes ago.
Dodgers are playing right now, so I wonder what that series is looking like. But
what's the score? Do you have it?
I am excited for this. It's 1-1 right now. Padres just tied it up.
Back to back.
Back and forth all over again. So I'm excited about this Detroit Guardian series. All 4 series have been great. And just like everyone's performing like they should. Every team is...
We just talked about the Yankees. Not everyone's performing as they should, but everyone is performing as expected.
I'm just saying, like, every series is delivering in terms of excitement and competitiveness. If you want to say last October was boring, this one has certainly delivered. Probably the best October we've ever had.
100%. 100%.
Oh, right. We're only in the division series.
When you think about where we were last October to this October, not even close to what's going on as far as entertainment value, storylines, star power from the players. I mean,
weirdness.
It's been complete magic,
particularly from
mayhem.
the Mets. Weird stuff going on with the Mets.
It's been wild, and I think what's funny is that, like, if you think about, like, I will remember some of these, and I know we've been paying more attention to baseball, so you might say, oh, well, you've been really watching this season, and that's true. But, like, I routinely forget that the Rangers won last year. Like, I forget that happened. And, like, if the Mets or the Yankees, if we have a Subway Series, World Series, I will never forget this World Series.
Here we go.
You're not wrong. Maybe that's what we need, is the battle of good and evil in New York. Maybe it comes down to New York City and what is going to happen.
Both in that, particularly in the National League, Phillies, Mets, and Dodgers-Padres. I wish for 7-game series. They both feel like they should be National League Championship series. That's how good those series have been.
I totally agree.
Yankees Royals could be that as well, kind of like a throwback to the 70s.
Yeah.
That video is gaining traction. Everyone's liking that. And then Detroit, Cleveland, like I said, it's a good series. It's just getting overshadowed by the other 3 series that are so good.
Because there's so much drama, so much intrigue, so much star power. I mean, you just don't have that, unfortunately, in Detroit and Cleveland. But, I mean, whoever wins gets to play. Whoever wins against the Royals and the Yankees.
And
so
watch them.
The spotlight's coming to you.
You mentioned star power, and the fun thing about stars is that they usually perform like stars. We talked about OHTANI going
when
yard.
their lights are bright, they shine.
Bryce Harper going yard. We talk about the guy in the spot doing what you expect from the guy.
Yeah.
That's called greatness. Let's talk about some couple stars here that aren't performing like they should, so to say. Talking about, Doogie Betts and Aaron Fudge struggling in the playoffs. So let me give you the stats. The last 3 Octobers, Mookie Betts is 2 for 31. He's batting .065. That's under $1. That's barely 50 cents. He's got 8 strikeouts, 1 RBI in 9 games. Now, he did almost hit a home run last night.
Okay.
But Jerickson Profar caught it. Or 2 nights ago, but Jerickson Profar caught it and robbed him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he hits that home run, maybe he starts getting confident again. But he's struggling in the playoffs. And you also have Aaron Fudge, who is hitting .208 in the playoffs. 13 home runs, but most of them in the early years, like in the 2017 to 2020. 25 RBIs in 46 games. Aaron Judge has not been performing like Aaron Judge has. Derek Jeter talks about it a lot in the postgame. It's small sample size. You can't let it get to you because the crowd, the volume's going to be louder.
Well,
in the press.
because the spotlight is that much brighter when we start to head into the postseason.
Yeah, so I don't think it's that big a deal. People are making fun of them on the internet. People making fun, like chirping them. Look, I agree with Derek. Just because me and Derek are built from the same cloth, we're cut from the same cloth.
Okay. Yeah.
Natural born winners. Tall, sexy athlete. World Series champions, me and
Is
him.
he tall? He feels like he'd be a short king.
No, he's tall. He's like 6'2".
Yeah,
6'2".
I
He's
guess,
a tall boy.
Yeah, I guess most of them are.
But yeah, small sample size. Watch, they'll turn it around. If they play long enough, they got their teammates to pick them up. They'll turn it around, I think.
Well, and look, it's a catch-22, right? Because you need to be playing well to get to this, and a lot of that does ride on players like Aaron Judge and Mookie Betts, right? These are guys that you can depend on pretty routinely during the season, and they help your team get to where they are. And then, unfortunately, when we hit the playoffs, I mean, the stakes are higher, the lights are brighter, and it just it feels like a time, like you said, that you have to deliver. So I feel bad, but yeah, I don't know. I agree with you.
They'll
it is what
figure
it
it
is. They will.
Now, I want to pull up a picture for you. Let me see if I can find it. We know OHTANI, he, oh, man, I don't have it. I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone. OHTANI hit that 3-run home run, and people were like, holy crap, this is Jesus Christ in baseball cleats. He can do no wrong. OHTANI is the best player in the world. The next game, in Game 2 for the Dodgers, OHTANI goes 0 for 4. And people were making fun of OHTANI, saying, hopefully you can see this. It is the King of JUCO. Let's see if I can back it up. Maybe you'll be able to.
Nah, turn on the brightness. I think it's too bright.
All right, well, the King of JUCO, they're saying that's OHTANI, which is messed up. Just because the guy goes 0 for 4, they're saying that's OHTANI. Get out of here, man. He's not OHTANI.
Look, like I said earlier, fans,
whatever. That's
we're
a little too high
passionate.
of expectations.
We're passionate about
the guy just hit a
the
3-run
games.
bomb.
We're passionate about our players and our teams and the history and everything. So
I just think that goes to show you could be a hero one day and a villain the next,
You really
especially in
can.
big
You
media
really
like
can.
New York and LA, where one day you hit a 3-run home run, you are the guy, and then the second day you go 0 for 4 in baseball because that's just how the game is, and you got people making
Well,
memes of you.
and you know what? He probably has gone 0 for 4 at some point in the
Duh.
regular season, and no one noticed.
Yeah,
But
of
that's
course.
how that works.
That's playoff baseball. So that's what makes playoff baseball so fun. I mean, you got guys who you've never heard of, and they'll come out and become folk heroes for some of these fan clubs or fan spaces because they'll do something big in October. Guys you never heard of. You also got dudes like Bryce Harper who come out and
Beat Bryce Harper.
beat Bryce Harper. So that's it. I'm excited. I'm going to go inside and watch Yankees or Dodgers-Padres.
And I'm going to sleep
to bed.
and
All right.
figure out what is going on.
Appreciate you guys sticking with us through our Hurricane Milton edition.
He was too excited to evacuate and
I don't have to
record.
evacuate. I'm not in a zone.
But regardless, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please comment, leave us your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, check out my video, check out Ants Royals Yankees video if you want some history on that.
Pray for the people
we
in Milton's
don't-
path for sure. Too, 'cause
Yeah,
that is
for
a
sure.
scary
Be
storm.
praying for everyone down here in Florida. We're doing our best to stay safe and to follow all the evacuations and things that we're being told. We don't know, I guess, when we will be recording next because we're not sure what will be happening, but we will be trying to keep the October baseball coming because it's a fun time. So
If I
hopefully
can't
we'll
watch
see
the
you
next game,
soon.
someone watch it double hard for me because I want to watch it. I might watch or listen on the radio. We'll see. I gotta find it.
We gotta find a radio first.
Till next time, guys.
Peace.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now